Good morning, everybody. It's another episode of Education on the Budget. Today we're gonna just wing with it, talk about some spirits and some other things. Now, what were you saying?
I was saying like how, so I was always, I come from a spiritual background type.
Same with me.
And so the thing about it is, other than that experience that I just mentioned to you, it was like more briefly mentioned to you. I can distinctively remember one of them where at the time what you were perceived as angels or demons or whatever, but then as I matured in my conscious knowledge, I've realized it's much more complex than that and more
Right, everybody
yes, and there's scales. In other words, you hear people say there's levels to this shit, and it's different. Like it's different things on different like levels. It could be the same category of subject, but it could be on a whole nother level. Like I'll just say like CNAs and RNs do the same things, but one of them just do it on a higher scale than the other one does.
Prime example, like with RNs, so they just push meds. Everybody else other than them have to follow the direction. All seniors do is take care of the patients, bedpan, bed bath, all the things that's actually hands-on with the patient.
Right.
There are in the world like the doctor of nurses, where they come in and do medications. You have your tips too. Right? Come in, check your paperwork, make sure everything's accurate, and pass meds because seniors are not certified to pass meds. You only get the wrong meds to the wrong person.
Yeah, which is crazy. That's crazy. That what happened yesterday. And I had to go into the office because the patient, she overreacts to things because of her little issues or whatever she has medically. So she like is very elaborative on things that
Expressive.
Yes.
Which word? That's not the word I want to use. What's the word? Because animated.
Yes, very. I thought I was animated.
You are.
Yes, but she's like a whole nother level. You be like, I gotta get away from you.
Right.
So she a day and something like that happened. So that's funny because that's actually how it is the way you explain that the hierarchy, the general sense. Because you got some CNAs that know how.
But they know how to do it, but they're not supposed to do it.
Right. So just like yesterday, so I didn't pass meds yesterday, but now I had to get certified on it. But the thing was, I had to get audited by the head nurse, and I had to get
Which is DRN, director of nursing.
Yeah, and then so one came in yesterday because he was trying to make sure that everything went right. So what it was, I gave her the right type of medicine. I gave her what she was supposed to have. I guess was give her a Tylenol, but she was supposed to get a different type of Tylenol. So I didn't really fuck up. I just gave her a different form of the medicine. You know what I'm saying?
Different milligram.
It could have been different milligram. It could have been the same. We didn't talk about that yet. Like, I went to them because the woman told me. She was like, "Oh, yeah, I thought it was." So then I went to them because the way she was being about it, I'm thinking I gave her the wrong meds, and I'm like, impossible. Because shit is all on there, then you got the scanning, all types of stuff like that. So I'm like, okay. And then I seen how, because I'm like, well, it went through the system. If I had the wrong shit, it wouldn't have went through the system, unless I had to manually click it on and off. Anyways, so yeah, I understand what you're saying about that. Now, the thing with like, it's like spirits or whatever. So I had an experience. I can't remember the age range. It was before I was 15, but for sure. And I might have been around like 12. Because we were young at the time. So I was at home by myself. I was at home with my mom. So she was in the kitchen cooking. And then I was in the bathroom. I was using the bathroom. And what's crazy is how when they say time don't exist, that shit is like real. It's like red. It depends on where it's up here because it felt like it happened for a long time, but it felt like it only happened in a few seconds at the same time. So that's how I know that I was like somehow placed outside of, this is the weirdest shit ever. So make a long story short, when I went into in the bathroom, I'm washing my hands, right? I just got done peeing. I was washing my hands. I remember it like it was the back of my hand. It was a green towel with a deer on it on the side, because it's one of the ones we have. I just got it in my room today. I can send you a picture of it as soon as I get home, swear to God. So it was on the side of the thing. So where the sink is at, we got this fat ass mirror, right? And on the towel rack. So we got a towel rack on the door, and then we got a towel rack that's like right next to the sink. So, and I'm explaining that to say this. So when I'm going to wash my hand, I grab it up, and I'm like, then all of a sudden, I felt this need to like look up and look in the mirror. And I looked in the mirror and I stared at myself in the eyes. I was frozen. I was stuck. This was one of those ones where it was like, yeah, it's about that time. You about to have an experience. Now, I didn't have any experiences when I was way younger as a kid. I was fully aware of what was going on. I didn't feel like I got abducted before, all type of shit like that. So, and sure enough, when I got stuck, I know that feeling when it's something like otherworldly.
Like you're not in control of who you what you want.
I swear to God, it's something that people don't understand. So, but I realized I didn't understand certain things then, so I wasn't able to control certain things because I wasn't aware of it. Because I think if we was to get told what we really are doing, we'd be afraid of ourselves, low-key.
Exactly.
So yeah, like one of the FBI dudes said that when they came out with the what our like brains can do or the realities that we create, it's like a classified documents. And they were saying something about if they was to tell us what we really doing when we go to sleep, and it like freak us out. And because I always felt like when I would go to sleep from here, it's like a break from here because the physical body has to rest.
You going to another world.
And you going to another world. I swear to God. So
back to
yeah. So then now when I look in the mirror, I wipe my hands, I freeze, and it was one of the ones where you know how you might freeze from being in shock, or you might freeze from whatever the case may be.
When we see a movie with somebody standing there in shock, like,
yeah,
way.
Boom. You know what I'm saying? But this time it was like
bracing you.
It was like, man, it felt like something was like how we just be walking in here and we might just feel the need to turn our head and we like, why am I looking this way for no reason?
Ain't nothing over there.
We realized, oh, the spirit wanted us to see certain things. So it was kind of like that. So I stood there and I'm like, boom. I bullshit you not. So my sister's room, you got the bathroom. At the time when my sister's room was, you got the bathroom, you got the you got a closet, like the
linen closet
pretty much. So you can put the coat racks in there, all types of things. So and then right next to her is her room. Then so you got the linen closet, you got the bathroom, linen closet, and then you got her door, her bedroom. So it's like the bathroom facing the hallway, and then you got her bedroom facing this way. So the thermostat is on the wall. The reason why I'm explaining this is because while I'm sitting there, right, and then it's a wall just like this. It's white now, but at the time it was white. It's a big wall, and you can clearly see the wall. Is my whole point. Now, fast forward. So while I'm sitting and I'm stuck, I just it felt like somebody started turning my head to the left. I'm like, I turned to the left. I bullshit you not. It was you ever seen Constantine?
Of course.
Now remember when he had did the ritual to transport the hill? I forgot why he had to go down there, but he had to go to the hill because he was trying to figure out something, or he had to.
Right.
I couldn't remember.
The lady had him in the water.
And he put his feet in the water, and that's how he was like, he put the gun in his hand or whatever, and then he was just like, okay, boom, the time slowed up, and then he got transported to hill. So you see how them things look, how they was kind of like skeleton-y, kind of.
Right.
And then they, but the top of their heads to like, their nose was like cut off missing. That's exactly how the thing looked. And it was black. It was a black shadow. So I'm seeing it on the wall, but I'm not, like, at first I was like, oh shit, but I couldn't move.
Right.
So I was like, okay.
That's shot.
So someone told me just keep going, keep watching. So I'm just like, okay. Then next thing I know, I see the shit, but I started noticing something about it that started making me paying attention. It was running in place. So on the wall, it's almost like a projector screen being projected to the wall. So while the thing is moving, it's on the wall, and it's like it's running from something. You know how you can tell somebody is probably running to something or they running
away
from
from
something?
something, right.
So this motherfucker was running away from something, whatever it was. I don't know, bro. Fast forward. Why? It's like boom, boom, boom. Then it fades off the wall. See what I'm saying? Like it speeds past the wall. So boom, it speeds past the wall. So then, out of nowhere, I felt this like a comfort and presence that I can't explain. It's almost like when they talk about cloud 9, I was on cloud 1,000,000. And the next thing I know, it was this like 6'9", like the height of it. It was taller than the door damn near. It was the outline of a body, right? But it was a space silver color. It's the cover of Silver Surfer. It was a space silver color. I would never forget it. Like the back of, I would never forget it.
Like a mirror type silver.
Thank you. It was just like that. It was a mirror type of silver. Just we started floating in there. And it was like a big walk. So the way my bathroom, because I got a big, we got a big bathroom. We still got the house. And it's over there on 8 Kevin. So the house, the bathroom apparently used to be a bedroom or something, and then it turned it into a bathroom for people that had it before we did, like back in like the 90s. So the bathroom is big. It's a big, I'm gonna show you what it looked like, because my dad still on it. It's a big mirror in there and everything. So when you see how the bathroom look, you will start understanding how it's crazy. So my point is, it came through floating like this, and it came straight in front of me. And I'm just looking like this, but
Did it look at you?
yeah, it was looking directly at me. But the thing is, this is how I know telepathy. I was understanding it was no physical talking, but I can understand everything it was trying to tell me. It's like you looking at a picture, you can understand what the picture is telling you. It was just like that. And I was like, this is how much telepathy is. So, and fast forward that when I told my parents and my mom I came, and then as soon as it was like that, it was standing in front of me for like 10 seconds, and it would not move, but I felt comfort. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. And then afterwards, that's when I got the message. It was running, that whatever that was, that entity, that being, whatever, it was running from whatever that was. So then, and when it came, because I felt a completely different shift. When I seen that thing, I was like startled. And whatever that shit was scared, it was scared of that way more than whatever I was feeling. And I can feel that. But then when I seen that, quote unquote, what seems to be an angel to us,
right,
it felt like a wholesome presence. I was like, oh, I'm straight. Then boom, soon as the angel faded, it's like I was back in my body. So I was like, this must be
like you were so projected out of yourself to see that.
Okay. Man, do you understand? That's why people know. Man, listen, I told my mom, I came out there freaking out. I was like, Mom, I seen this, I seen that.
And she didn't believe you.
No, she did. I was expressive. My parents allowed me to express myself. That's the thing that I love, because and growing up in certain environments and people,
they want to block that.
Yes, because or if that was me, I would have been got smacked. But that's why you about to be 45.
That's why not you. That's the experience in it.
Thank you.
Now we talk about some experiences. I mean to cut you off. Are you done with that story?
Yeah, pretty much.
When I was younger, we were living in a house on Finkel, and it's on Finkel, the Greenfield. I remember we had an upstairs bedroom and a bedroom next to that big old attic that was unfitted. When I was up there, I made a bed out of crates.
Okay.
4 crates. And I was laying there trying to go to sleep. I opened my eyes and I saw 2 sets of red eyes on the window looking at me. Like a wolf eye. And I closed my eyes. Like this go away. I closed my eyes, but I had it in mind to tell you about the whole story. But I remember seeing 2 sets of eyes looking at me. I'm like, why are y'all here?
Yes, that's what you're like. What the fuck?
I closed my eyes and I think I went up again. I saw something else, but I came over. That's what I was trying to get to, whatever that was. But I said all that to say that we were at the gym on Ross. I'll never forget this. It haunted me this morning. A guy, we sit at the front counter. Guys coming. I see a person from my peripheral vision coming towards us at the desk area. A little short, about 5'6" guy, kind of stocky, thick, black guy. He came over to tell us that the wipes were out in 2 different locations. I said, okay, no problem, I'll go check it out. I went to go around the desk, around him, to go around and check. I turned around and told him that there were wipes in there. He looked for the guy. The guy was nowhere to be found. Nowhere.
And the dude, that's like you watch somebody walking off, and then like you turn your head
and they're not
for
there
a
anymore.
fraction of a second, and he turned back and they just gone. it is where he was going. It was no way
You have to go out the door.
You know what I mean?
So the door be opening, so you actually see past the glass door.
You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm Batman for real. So then, if I was to do that, that would make more sense. But no. It's like looking at a nigga disappear in the open field. Like, come on.
Or fading away.
There you go. That's better. So yeah, that was a crazy experience. So what did you like? What's the first thing that came to your head when you experienced it? So you thought, because I know sometimes we don't always able to have the words.
When I was that young, I was like, well, as I got older, you're right. Because when I was younger, I was like, what's going on? What are you doing here? But that's not the first time. Because I remember before then, I had a dream. Now, this I remember vividly. I was dreaming, and it's the only dream I remember to this day. It was in black and white. I was in this field of bodies, black ones laying on the ground, like a murky blackness. And I remember I walked. The next scene from that was a big old giant courtroom with the judge sitting really, really high. The doors behind me, with a white light behind me. And I'm standing, I can see myself looking, I see myself looking down, and I see my body, and I see the door open, and I see the judge standing really high. I just all black white. I'm like, what the hell is this?
You might have been getting judged or something in another.
But the lights were behind me, protecting me. So, but that's when I realized, as I got older, that everybody has gifts. It's whether or not they're able to tap into them. You and I, ironically, have tapped into it at a younger age.
Yes.
And which is how we were able to connect here. How do we even get that? I can't remember how it started. I think I started finishing your sentences or something.
Yes, and then so usually we can feel when somebody else is kind of like-minded, even if they not even nowhere near on our level.
And when we started talking about that, the less we need to talk about it.
And that's exactly how I know us, like a person that's on that type of level, because it's like certain things you don't have to. It's
elaborate on.
Yeah, it's the things you understand that we're not saying.
Exactly.
Kind of.
And you have to be there or be in that mental state of mind to know what we're talking about.
I think that's how I did start. It started just like that, and we finished each other sentence.
He was telling me something about something going on in his life, and I was able to understand that by my relatable experience. And it led from there to us talking, and we just started bantering every day. The more we bantered, the more we got to know each other on a level. We're like, okay, cool, this is what we are.
So I feel like this has a direct relevance to the topic with the spirits or whatever you call the title, spiritual.
I put it on the list. I was on my new list on the phone.
I think I seen it. I was going through it before I walked in. That's why I had texted you. I texted you.
Spiritual beings.
No?
Spiritual beings. Spiritual, that's the name.
Spiritual beings. I like that because then you spill the beings.
No, spiritual beings.
Oh, beings. B-E.
Not feeling beings. But I can do that too. I can do that.
Spiritual beings. I was like, hey, that shit sounds sweet. So, okay.
What were you talking about?
I feel like it like directly correlates to it because by us homing in on those, this is just what's coming to my head.
Gotcha.
My conscience. So by us homing in on those experiences at a young age, I feel like by us experiencing it and being in the field and having experience and even things that we have no knowledge of, what the
no
fuck is
reference
this? What the
to.
fuck? Yeah. And then not only us having no knowledge of, having a certain perception on top of that that's coming from other people who really truly don't understand it. And they.
Oh, the thing must be. The thing must be up. It's okay. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. So, maybe they can hear.
Yes, they can hear you.
Oh. Okay.
I can enhance the sound on the software.
Oh, okay. I thought this shit was just cut off. You know, I was like, damn. And I feel like it's directly correlated. So by us experiencing those things at a young age, and then us choosing something in us, like chose it without second guessing.
Right.
We didn't really have a conversation with ourselves about it. We just chose I like this. Because I was always intrigued. I go outside at 2 in the morning when I'm a kid, look up in the sky, and I'm feeling like all of this energy from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And people just don't understand it. So when you really tapped in that day, you'll understand. So my point is to get to the meat and potatoes. By us experiencing these things and being in the field, we able to decipher between certain things that we have experienced and that we do understand already.
And we understand that some things are just not meant for us to experience.
And I feel like
Acknowledging
that's
that makes it important. Right, exactly.
Because
now, you asked me a question earlier. You said, how do I feel? as I got older, I realized I was embracing what I saw because I wasn't afraid of it. I just didn't want to see it. Didn't want to see
That's
it.
interesting because that's how I feel. I just didn't know that's how I was because I didn't know you can feel. I've been learning a lot of that too lately. Like I understand this like duality shit now with this dimension world, like this physical shit. It's like everything can be the same, but then at the same time, while it's being the same, it cannot be the same. It's the weird. You ever seen that guy on social media? His name 607. Okay. He's like
607.
yeah, darker skinned guy. He got locks. He looked kind of like when we first seen him. He looked kind of wild, but he's very, very tapped in. But I knew that when I first seen him because he was. Sometimes air come in a form of like it'll feel like dark energy sometimes, but that's not really what it be. It's just you can feel an abundance of energy from this person. Now some people can be coming from the what they quote unquote call the dark side, like they explain in Star Wars, but they're not evil. They're just they approach the energy, or it's a different formula. So I give you an example. So in Star Wars, the Jedi, they don't believe in you got different ideologies, kind of like religion, kind of. So these Force users, they all just Force users in general. Like everybody's not a Force user, but in this case, we would be. So what it is, just say I went to the dark and then you went to the light. Right now, you got different. It's a spectrum of dark side users and it's a spectrum of light side users. You got the gray Jedis, you got the Jedis, you got the motherfuckers that don't even fuck with other Jedis. They just like, I'm about peace and tranquility, but if you step on my line, I'm slicing your shit up.
And you won't even know you've been sliced.
Period. You know what I'm saying? They're different. So then you got the dark skin. Then you got the dark side users. You got the dark side
Stay
users.
focused.
And then these dark side users, people perceive them as evil, but then you got the actual evil ones that don't give a fuck. They only crazy and concerned about power, and they don't care how they get to it. Then you got the ones that uses the formula to enact those dark powers out. So just say everybody going to the dark side. I believe in I approach the formula and using my emotions to get to where I want to get to. You might approach the formula by you going to another side. You might approach it like I'm not going to use my emotions because I feel like my emotions are getting in the way of what I'm trying to get to. You see what I'm saying? It's like a different types of approach. So that's kind of what I wanted to touch on because when I was going, like when I was watching the movies Sinners, right, with my uncle, and he self-proclaims himself to be a certain kind of person and stuff like that, and it's cool, it's not that bad. But when we was in the movie theater, certain people was like, we was watching Sinners, and when they got they was making certain comments, and they was like, oh, that's a witch. But in my mind, I'm like, that's not a witch. So what that showed me is you don't really know what a witch looks like, or what a witch is. And first of all, they really don't have no specific look.
This is what we programmed: the pointed head, pointed nose, with a mole on it.
Come on, man.
That's theatrics.
That's my whole point of saying what I was trying to say. It's the theatrics that they
project on us.
And
relating to what we will be talking about later on, projection.
Bam. So, and I feel like this is how people, it's like the more I'm elevating on a daily basis, the more I'm seeing it's like the authentic versus the unauthentic, rather than good versus bad, or whatever else. Because I feel like by you being your authentic self, that is you being one with God, it is you being one because you're being yourself. You're not emulating something different than what you
imitating somebody else.
You get what I'm saying? So just like you even look at the music back then, why everything seems so like
melancholy.
Yeah. What's the word you use? I heard that shit before.
Melancholy.
Yeah, it's just like
so flowy.
Yeah.
No.
Like y'all just playing this shit for a background retirement home. Fuck out of here.
Okay.
So,
elevator music.
There you go. That's a better term. Yeah, it's just like elevator music. But then back when like you see, even like in the '90s or even the early 2000s, early to me, it's like colorful. Actually, like everybody had their own sounds, even if you wouldn't like it at first.
Tell who artists was based on music.
You knew that what DOS Effects was. You knew who like certain.
Soul was. You knew who De La Soul was.
Come on, man. It's
you knew who Guy was.
Yeah, I was just listening to De La Soul to Break It Dawn. That shit is crazy. That Michael Jackson sample. But so. And what I'm saying is that's crazy because it's like that colorful, like you said, like they even when you came on stage and if you would even sample a song back then,
They know when yours.
they'd be like, they caught the sound biting.
Right.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So but that's how it was really. That's how much that showed me. I didn't have to be a certain age back then, but because that showed me now that back then it was more talent based rather than whatever
Right, now
the
it
fuck
doesn't
they
matter.
got going.
It's more like what you look like.
Yeah, because
And what you're willing to sacrifice to be part of that. But before we close, I wanted to touch on something that you mentioned earlier. Well, actually, there's something in my head. Do you realize every friend that we have, there's something in that friend that represents us?
So that's how we attract the people. Oh my God.
Because I was trying to figure out why I have these different people in my life. Some of them are just not meant to be there. I know that, but there's still something about them that has me wanting to be next to me.
Jesus.
And the new people I'm meeting now, there's something about each one of those people that I feel need to be around. So that lets me know some aspects of those people are part of me. And I'm looking like a reflection. I'm seeing myself in them. Or I see what I want in myself
In
come from
yourself.
somebody else. Like I've met somebody that gives me this type of verbiage that I've been looking for, craving, if you will. In communication. One person called me Poppy. I'm like, what? And I love that. You know what that is?
Poppy.
That's somebody calling you daddy in Spanish.
Oh yeah. Okay, I just thought that you were gonna go somewhere else with it.
No. That's what I want. Not like I'm that old, but I'm saying I like that type of
Yeah.
back and forth. And
I'll get to a point. You like what you see in that person.
right,
You see
because
yourself.
right, it's something that I'm wanting or something that I'm needing in my life at this point to help me perpetuate further.
I'm in that stage now where people really don't.
And if you're not there, I have to cut you off. I have to realize that you're not meant to be there. It's sad, but it's true.
Like all that shit that happened. And you're right, because everything happened for a reason. Like all that shit that happened yesterday, that was supposed. I'm not gonna say it's supposed to happen, but by it happening, I learned so much shit from it.
Yes.
And because it was like I wasn't like mad or nothing like that. Angry. It was just like it's that.
And heard that you were fed up with it coming into your voice.
That's what the girl said to me at the job. She was like, it sounded like you was fed up. Like, and I think it was like I think you got different types of fed ups, man. I think you got physical fed ups, you got all that. Because I'm not like physically tired, kind of. I think my soul was fed up. And like I was talking to my
And
dad
your
this
soul,
morning.
in turn, responds physically because your soul don't want to hear it anymore. Your soul don't want, like, we're done with this. Let's get rid of it. But your body's like, apparently we're not done with it. This is still happening.
Which leads to a subject that we can add on the list: soul walk-ins. I want you to get to that and start researching it. Just to touch on it a little bit, to give you an idea where I'm coming from. This stuff get deep, man. It's a big rabbit hole. But
When is it not?
you hear me? That's what we always figure out. I can't wait to see what I'm gonna figure out in the next 10 years. But so I've came across this thing where this information or this certain type of knowledge where, now don't quote me on it, but it kind of be making some sense to what I've experienced myself. So it's something.
Hold on. Got another 30 minutes. I'm going to pause it for a second. So we'll make sure the mics are on. I can enhance the audio. Which I did the first video. I enhanced it so you really can't hear nothing but this our conversation.
Yes, and I.
Okay, now what was the subject you said we need to add to this? So what?
Soul walk-ins.
Walk-ins.
Yeah, it can be. We can have a whole subject on it, or we can just we can have a whole subject on it, because then that would cause me to go into more research. It can be a whole subject, or it can just be something that we mention like here and there. But and the reason why I want to bring this up, because it's going to lead to the deeper rabbit hole in these conversations with different segments and stuff. But to touch on it a little bit, like these soul walk-ins, it's like. So pretty much the gist of what I get from this field of knowledge, it seems like a soul walk-in is like you came here for a specific purpose or a reason, right? Whatever that reason may be, that's specifically tailored to you.
Nobody else but you
know
need to go through the experience.
Your bloodline, or karmic cycles, all types of stuff like that. So that's another thing we gotta get into. Yes. Oh my God. That's low key the reason why a lot of people are here, because of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then we can do what's the other thing? Reincarnation.
Yes, and I think I think we have options too, and I think some
Yes.
people don't have a choice depending on what
Right.
they did.
Right.
Which is crazy. And then some would even argue that we are our family members. So
Or ancestors just being reborn.
then it's that, and I'm like, okay. Then they do talk about in multiple books across all spectrums, religions or not. They do touch on something like that, or that you have the body is a vessel and stuff like that. It's meant to be used as a tool. It's just whatever these physical bodies is a manifestation of whatever the spiritual is, which is insane to me. But because our body intertwines with stuff too well for it not to be that. But anyways, so the body experienced so much trauma that it'll detach itself. Excuse me, the soul will experience so much trauma that it'll detach itself from the body. And at one point in time, I was depressed. I think when my family had split up, or my family had got like a divorce or whatever, sometime years later. I was already pretty much an adult. By that time, I was like probably about 18 when they got divorced. And the thing that led me to this was